it became very clear after Elon Musk bought bought Twitter, that there was some clear government manipulation and some, we'll call it one-sided views that were dominating the platform.
100%.
And they were suppressing different opinions, right? And so Elon's trying to open it, as he calls, for the, what's the word?
The town hall.
Yeah, the town hall, the town square. And so he's brought some pretty, we'll call them controversial people.
Tucker
Carlson, who's on there. And then he attempted to bring on Don Lemon.
Yeah, he reinstated Alex
One
Jones.
of my least favorite guys on the planet, Don Lemon. But to Elon's credit, he's saying, hey, let's get both sides of the aisle, both opinions on the platform, and let the people decide what they want to do.
Yeah, you can't actually have free speech without speech that you don't disagree with. That's what he's standing on. So as you pointed out, they were going to bring Don Lemon on, much like they did Tucker, much like they've done with Alex Jones, much like they've allowed Olbermann and everyone else to have a platform there. But just when the Don Lemon show was about to roll out, it was reportedly canned. And, people are like, what's going on? And he still released the interview, which gives complete context as to why. But what's come out over the recent days is some of the demands and details of the contract that ultimately didn't help his case in light of that pretty poor interview he did with Elon.
Yeah, the interview, first off, was just him basically trying to make Elon look
Gotcha.
stupid. Yeah. And then you couple that with some of his outlandish demands in his contract, and you're like, yeah, if I owned the business and I was the one spending the money and writing the check, I would not want to have to deal with this dude every single day.
Yeah, this is a liability.
Yeah.
100%.
So let's break down what his demands are.
New York Post drops this last week with some details. Headline reads, Don Lemon demanded a Tesla Cybertruck, $5 million advance, equity in X before he was canned. Don demanded the sun, the moon, and the stars from the SpaceX boss before being unceremoniously dumped this week. The ex-CNN anchor sent over an astronomical wish list to Elon Musk during contract talks to host a show on the billionaire social media platform, including a free Tesla Cybertruck, $5 million up front on top of an $8 million salary, an equity stake in the multi-billion-dollar company, and the right to approve any changes in X policy as it relates to news content, according to a document revealed by the Post. Lemon, who was expected to air an interview with Musk for next week's debut episode, which came out, had also demanded a private jet flight to Las Vegas, a suite for him and his fiancée, and that the company pay for their drinking and massages, a source with knowledge of the situation said. Musk agreed to do the interview with Lemon despite the fact that he was aware of some of Lemon's outlandish demands, sources told the Post. So the news of this broke back in January that this was going to kick off, and here we are in March. So just think about that. Demand from me, my fiance. I want a suite. I want a private jet. I want $5 million up front on top of the salary. I want equity stake in the company that you're building that you took all the heat for. I'm just a talent. And the right to approve any changes in your policy and your operations as it relates to news content, according to sources.
Do we know what Tucker Carlson's contract looked like? I want to be fair to Don, because maybe that wasn't so outlandish. It sounds like he thinks he's in the NFL. That's what it sounds like.
There's some NBA stuff going on here, man.
So I'm reading this right here at least from the LA Times. This is an older article, but it said something like he's getting $15 million a year, which he's a bigger draw, obviously, than Don Lemon.
100%. Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I know it's also, he's got his own venture that's tied to him being on X. So
Don Lemon does?
Tucker Carlson.
Oh, Tucker does.
So he's got, regardless of the contract detail, he's got investment on it. Like, Lemon's not bringing his own entity, if I'm not mistaken, to the platform. He's just coming as the talent.
Right.
Because or else he wouldn't be making such demands. Like, because if this is a partnership, that's different. This doesn't sound like a partnership.
Correct. He wants to be like a NFL employee.
Yeah,
right?
I'm a star free agent. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So props to him for going for the bank, breaking the bank, right?
Breaking the bank, but here's the thing: he fumbled the bag, though.
He did.
He broke the bank, but he fumbled the bag, as the people like to say. But here's the key piece. There's a clip here where, let me see which one it is we have in our show notes. Yeah, it's the second link from St. Clair, that one. But look at this 49-second exchange between Don and Elon during an interview. The interview itself is actually worth watching for how to not engage in relationship with your boss. And also just honest journalism.
So you do a lot of it at night, like late at night. So when you're doing this, are you sober when you do it?
Almost always,
Are you
yes.
under the influence of anything?
No, I don't drink. I don't really. No.
So you got no drink, no smoke, no nothing. I mean, you smoke pot with Rogan.
I had one puff.
Yeah.
I think anyone who smokes pot can tell I don't know how to smoke pot.
But you've admitted that you have a ketamine prescription.
Yeah.
What's that for?
Well, I mean, it's pretty private to ask somebody about a medical prescription, you know. But I think it's something I'd say, like, there are times when I have sort of I don't know, like a negative chemical state in my brain, like depression, I guess. You know,
So you do a lot of it at night, like late at night.
Okay.
So he's basically just trying to say that anything he posts on Twitter late at night is belligerent.
Right. So he's also doing that, but here's the other perspective of that. You remember when Elon took a puff of the weed with Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
He got in serious hot water with the people who he's in partnership in the company with.
Correct.
And to the tune of billions of dollars that were lost in shareholder value. And here you are with your new prospective boss trying to get him talking about his drug usage.
Right.
In an interview that millions of people are going to see. That has negative consequences on the brand potentially. Right. And it's like,
it's because it wasn't about that.
Right.
It was just about, he wants to.
I got to get you, man. Like, this is, I'm sure that's the moment Elon was like, he's done.
Yeah.
He's done. Because
as he paused there for a second, he was like, I'm about to can this dude. That's what he was actually thinking.
Yeah, dude. To me, it's just a lesson in like how to not handle the opportunities you have. Like, people think that honest journalism is gotcha journalism. That's what it's one side thing. Well, actually, both sides actually do think that.
Yeah, they both do it.
But that's not it. You can be respectful and courageous and have a tough conversation without being condescending. You don't have to do these things. And Don, I think, in my opinion, showed his true colors by what he's done after the canning of his contract.
He's still trying to leverage it.
Right. Rather than build on the X platform, he could have actually built positively. Don, you could have done this. You could have said, you could have put out the interview on X and YouTube, and then you could have started engaging with the people on the platform, making further content about it. You probably would have got another interview and been on Spaces with him and built something for yourself independently rather than running back to CNN, The View, so on and so forth. I don't know you personally, right? But just the moves you're making coming out of that, I mean, it seems like it's the right move for them to move away from you because you're not interested in free speech.
Yes,
you're
exactly.
not.